This is my official review of the 2013 Honda Forza 300cc. I'm just going to do a quick tour of the bike. I will do a full-on review. I've now got 4,300 kilos on the bike. It's 2 months old, and we just finished a 2,700 kilo trip through northern Thailand, crossing the border into Laos and all through Laos. So it's handled just about the roughest roads that it possibly can see in Southeast Asia, and even handled an 80 kilo stretch of nothing but mud with 2 people on it and a full gearbox, plus loaded down under the seat. So about as heavy as you could get, uphill, downhill, all mud, and we didn't spill once, knock on wood. But the Forza handled pretty well. I'll go over all the specs. For instance, I want to change the shocks. I added a box, the fuel economy, all the specifications in the blog on Trading Traveler, because it's just too much to go over in a video. I just want to give everyone a view of what it actually looks like, the compartments, the components of it, and the whole 9 yards. So I'll start with what sold us on the bike is the room under the seat. You can see in here now we got 2 full-size helmets. On a trip to Laos we had 2 laptops, an iPad, charger, 2 bathroom accessory bags, all fitting under the seat. And I also have a 45-liter shad box that mounts right here that you can take in and carry it as a suitcase that carried all of our clothes. We were on the road for 3.5 weeks, so we had enough clothes for 3.5 weeks to be on the road. This was another big selling point for this bike, are these components where you can store stuff. So this is a lockable box here that requires you to have the key in the ignition to unlock. And in there, if you look up in there, it might not come out on the video, is a 12-volt adapter. So you can plug in anything that you have with a cigarette lighter adapter, a cell phone, GPS, anything that you can plug into a 12-volt battery or a 12-volt outlet, you can charge on the go, which is nice if you're on the road, you need GPS, and you need to charge your phone. So that's locking. This is not locking, so you can just store change, whatever you have in there. We store gum and breath mints, as you can see. The bike has 2 kickstands. Right now I have the side kickstand. This is an interesting thing that I'll go over, because it took me a good 3 weeks and to watch 3 small Thai guys put the bike up, and I struggled and struggled and struggled. But it also has a back if you need to do a repair on the bike or the tire. But instead of pushing back, all you really need to do is push down. It's not very much, but I want to mention that because I struggled for weeks pulling, yanking, trying to do like a conventional kickstand that is based on friction and then catches. It's nothing like that. It uses downward force to actually go up on it. All right, I'll turn the cluster panel on so you can see what it's like when the bike is on. Come show this. So as you can see, you got your speedometer, and you also have a tach, which is kind of useless. This is nice, so you know if you're overheating or not. I've never gone above medium. This thing is super cool running. As you can see here, it also gives you your fuel economy. So right now I'm averaging 28.2 liters to the 28.2 kilometers to the liter, which I think I equated to 65. I'll do the math for sure on the blog. And I got, like I said, almost 4,300 kilos on the bike, 2,700 of which just came from the last trip we did. But that's kind of a general tour. Oh, something that is different than the other standard scooters is how you fuel this bike. The fuel is actually in the middle, so you don't have to get off and open the seat and unscrew the cap. You can sit on the bike, unscrew it from here. It calls for anything greater than 91 octane. In Thailand, I run 95. In Laos, you don't have a choice. You have to run unleaded fuel only. So whatever's better. I think if you can run a cleaner burning fuel, it's going to be better. But it's 3 baht a liter more in Thailand, so really it's not that great of a difference. You might as well run the greater fuel. Other than that, that's pretty much the review of it. Like I said, I'll go over in the blog post on Trading Traveler about the changes I've made and I want to make. most notably is the shocks. Riding two people, especially in Laos where the road more looks like Swiss cheese. I mean, it's nothing but potholes. You really need that extra oomph in the ass end of the bike to keep you from bottoming out. With two people and all our gear on the back, there was a few potholes I hit with bottoming out. But like I said, I'll go over all the specifications, aftermarkets, the whole 9 yards in the post. I just want to give everyone a general idea of what the bike looks like. Also notice both disc brakes, front and back, disc brakes and anti-lock brakes. One thing I'll also go over in the post, I mean to mention here, is they are a linked braking system, meaning if you jam on the front or you jam on the rear brake, it's going to distribute the braking power between the two sets of discs. So it's kind of idiot proof, which I don't like, but it's good for amateur riders into intermediate riders, so you really can't screw up and jam on your front brake and lose control and wipe out. But like I said, I'll go over everything in the post. That's kind of a wrap up of what the Honda Forza 300cc looks like. Just wanted to add what the bike sounds like on startup and while it's running, so you get an idea of how quiet this bike is when it's running. So in order to start the bike, you need to pull the rear brake in and then go ahead and just push the electric start. So you can hear how quiet the bike is. You can hardly hear it. Sounds like a standard scooter, but yeah, you got 300 cc's. The seat's super wide, just as comfortable as riding a scooter with one person as it is with two persons. So this is just an idea of what the bike sounds like. You probably hear more background noise from shooting this video than you can from the actual bike. Super quiet.